Good afternoon, everyone. It is Tuesday, April 10, and we're looking at 2018. We're looking at the Mid-Cap 400, symbol EMD. As you can see, I just set the support zone, and this is a trade that is a defined SUPRA trade. That's part of the training that we offer, and just showing an example of what happens when FillFinder is applied to a zone, what can happen. And this is a pretty typical example. Sometimes it's just a one fill zone, which means the market gets into the zone, you get your trigger, you get your confirmation, and you get filled. And so here we can see here's a fill. This happened just earlier this afternoon. Long from 78.7, stop down at 77.2 for 15 ticks worth of risk, and we can see that stop was just hit. The market's still finding its way in this zone, though, however, has triggered a new entry with a 78.7 entry yet again. Stop just outside of the order flow event that confirmed the entry, so 76.9 is the new stop loss. So we're looking at 18 ticks worth of risk. And now just zooming out, we can see that the market has produced an upward trend and is now pulled back very deeply inside of that. And so there's a number of qualifying events to each SUPRA trade that we use, that we teach, so that at various stages the trade idea is confirmed or vetted, so that you're not just taking a simple or even complex, but you're not just taking a trade setup and then placing it in any old context, but rather you're taking something that can produce an edge and then putting it into a context that enhances the edge. And that's the SUPRA sequence that we use for all of the trade setups that we use here. And so you can see just adjusting the profit target to a slightly lower price. And so instead of looking for a retest of the high, moving that about halfway in between, roughly, just looking at prior activity to the left here in this day, we can see the market had pulled back near the 86 level, which is where the profit objective is at the moment. And so the initial risk on the trade was roughly $360. $300 the first time, about $360 the second time, just trading two contracts. And so this is not a huge budget idea, but looking at just trading two contracts with initial risk of 18 ticks on the second entry, we can see the profit objective for the smaller profit objective is already filled. And so we've already had a rebalance here where the profit has been taken, the risk is now at the entry. And so this trade will be a money earning event. The prior trade was a straight loss. It went straight to the stop without hitting the smaller target. And so now it's just a matter of whether or not this zone will hold, but we've had a trigger. We're in a bullish context in a qualified SUPRA trade, and now it's just a matter of letting the market work. And so I'll go ahead and fast forward the video here and get to a little bit further down the line to see what happens. Okay, so trim some of the length out of this here, and now just looking at the market has followed through the whole time waiting. The stop has been at the entry, and now we can see the market just hit the target. And so we're just looking at a trade where with a little bit of planning and a little bit of education along with some automated algorithms, we can see how the market can pay off. And in this case, multiple hundreds worth on a small quantity was able to be captured using a methodical approach along with some high-end software. And so just wanted to share an example of how FillFinder works and what happens where. And that's taken from the Mid-Cap 400, symbol EMD, on Tuesday, April 10th, 2018. And we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye.